Again, some of the FAQs specifically for bonus or the contract workers entitled, right? I think it is again a billion dollar question. So again, contractors are not, contract workers are not entitled, right? Particularly with respect to bonus, even though the contractors have not paid, even though the contractors have not paid bonus to his workers, the liability will not pass on to the principal employer, right? As such, that is the position. But this position may change again once the code on wage comes into force, because there is slight change. When we go through the draft rules already issued, it looks like the liability is slashed on the private, the principal employer if the contractor fails. But let us see. But current position, yes, for payment of bonus, the contractor has to pay as employer to the contract workers, right? But even if he fails, the liability will not go to the principal employer. That is number one. Number two, there is a practice of mentioning this quantum in the CTC, right? I think many of the companies do that, and some of the companies go to the extent of making the payment on a monthly basis itself. Let us understand some basic concepts in this regard, right? Again, when we say payment of bonus, right? Again, the right to receive bonus, it arises from the operation of the law called Payment of Bonus Act. So irrespective of whether it is getting mentioned in the appointment order, that is a contract of employment or not, the person would be entitled for payment of bonus if that person is otherwise eligible, right? Very simple. So even though if we are not mentioning this eligibility in the appointment order, yes, we have to necessarily pay bonus to the employees if they are otherwise entitled on annual basis. Absolutely no doubt about that, right? But if some company for some reason wants to include this amount also in the CTC, you can do that, right? Nothing wrong, you can do that. But please be aware that drafting of that agreement shall be very, very carefully done. Otherwise, what can happen? I'm just telling you what can happen or what could happen. If you don't mention in the CTC, then the liability is arising only out of the statute, that is Payment of Bonus Act. Suppose tomorrow if the statute itself is scrapped, then you need not pay because you have not made any other commitment, right? But in case if you have mentioned it in the contract of employment, appointment order, right, then tomorrow, even though if there are some changes in the Payment of Bonus Act or it is getting scrapped, then liability may not arise for you as employer through the statute, but you may get the obligation again arising out of the contract, which is the contract of employment appointment order. That risk will be there. So let us very clearly, let us be aware of that. That is number one. The second part is, even though you are making this payment on monthly basis, some of the companies have the practice of showing it in the salary register. I would suggest don't do that, right? Even though if you want to make it as bonus advance and you want to make this payment on monthly basis, don't bring it on the record, particularly salary register. Have a separate record, right? So assume that a person is getting 2,000 rupees every month as bonus advance. Maybe every month you prepare a separate register, make the payment, get the acknowledgement from the individual. So for 12 months you would have paid. So at the end of the accounting year, so totally you would have paid 24,000. Then after the end of the accounting year, you will be definitely, when you do the finalization of your accounts, once it is completed, you will declare the final year end bonus. Then you, whatever quantum to be paid as final year, you arrive at that for that individual, then you adjust that 24,000 already paid. That is possible, right? The risk when you show it in the salary register is, if you show there, then the assumption will be it is part of wages, because we ourselves are showing it in the salary register. So the automatic presumption will be it is part of wages. Then tomorrow if somebody questions, right, then the onus will be on the employers or on us to prove that this is not part of wages, but it is something different. it will be very difficult to prove that. So my suggestion is nothing wrong if you are mentioning it, including it in the CTC, but my suggestion would be please don't show it in the salary register or in the salary slip, right? That's a clear record to show that it's monthly salary. Then tomorrow, in case if the individual employee claims statutory bonus, then we may end up paying it for the second time. That is possible. Right. Okay. The next question is whether the part-time workers are entitled. Of course, they are entitled for bonus. Right. They are entitled for bonus. They are entitled for gratuity also. Right. Only thing is the number of hours they work will be less compared to the regular workers. Similarly, the wage again it could be 50%. So that alone will change. Otherwise, part-time workers are to be treated on par with the regular workers. Yeah. I'll move on.